Hi, Misha here, and we made it through the holidays. We're into January. It's a kind of a calm time, and thought we'd talk about a couple of new releases from the Arsenal Custom Shop. Essentially, these are the SAS M7 Classic, but with a new coat of paint, literally. Here we have the SAS M7-32B, what they call their Armor Black. And here we have the SAS M7-32D in FDE. I've also heard it referred to as Arsenal Mojave FDE, and that was by one of their reps. So yeah, FDE with black polymer furniture, underfolding stocks, machined receiver, 16 1/4 inch, chrome lined hammer forged barrel, firing 7.62 by 39, taking standard AK mags and shipping with a 10-round magazine. These are limited edition. They're only producing a small number. That's pretty common for the US assembled Arsenal guns ever since back in the day. The SAS M7 Classic and the SA M7 Classic have been in their catalog almost since the very beginning. And we've shown you in the past the more traditional SAS M7 Classic with the kind of powder coat, paint finish, and wood furniture. So these are a bit more of a modern take. We'll look at a few things, but yeah, just kind of low-key hanging out. Talking about a couple of Arsenals because SHOT Show's coming out, and this will probably be something that they talk about there. And flipping them over briefly to show you the other side here with the stocks folded. I'm using the accessories to prop this one because they will roll when I move it. Comes with oiler, cleaning kit, standard sling. These will ship in this here cardboard so they're not rattling around the box. You get very standard manual. You get a test fire target, and this ships in the better Arsenal box. It's nothing fancy, but at least it's not the communist cardboard falling apart. And they do ship with a rubber boot over the handle and in a plastic bag. Simple, direct, but it's all you need. It's a box. Well, let's get into some details. Here we are with the metal underfolding stock deployed. This is not a traditional classic. It's actually based on the Bulgarian AK-47 M1, or rather AKS-47 M1, which would evolve into the AR M1 series. It was a hybrid of the AK Type 3 and the AK-74. It has the heavier barrel, wider, thicker diameter barrel of the AK-47, along with the 45-degree gas block and ported gas tube. It also has the bayonet lug under the front sight, the kind of fangs style. So those are all AK Type 3 features. It's threaded 14x1 left hand, so that's standard across things. It has the loop under the gas block for the cleaning rod with the sling swivel on it versus being on the handguard retainer where it would be on the AKM. It takes milled handguards, even though this one does have the modern polymer style with heat shield. It does have the 800 meter, not the 1000 meter sight. But interestingly, it has the lighter stamped ribbed top cover. Both of them do. And it has the later style stamped mag catch. And it has the later style AKMS stock. Now, many think of this as, I've heard it referred to as more as the straight stock. Yes, it is more straight back versus curved down and curvy of the AKS Type 3. And it's riveted together with dimpling. That's actually to make it stronger. And it does not have the spring-loaded butt plate. The butt plate moves, but it's just a friction, whereas the original one actually had a little spring mechanism in there. But what some do kind of overlook is also the latching system is totally different. SAM 7UF. See, without something there, they roll. Anyway, the original AKS Type 3 doesn't have this over here. This is a second locking point. The original one just has 2 locking points on the left side, nothing on the right, just a hinge. This one actually has a total of 4 locking points, 2 on each side. And this is what we find in the imported SA M7UF and what's on the AR M1F. So it's just a hybrid design. See here. It does have the non-lightning cut bolt carrier. A little bit of marking in there. Now this receiver and the US parts. No one really knows. Common internet lore for the last nearly 20 years is that these are brought over as incomplete forgings, blocks from Bulgaria, and then finished out in the USA. Officially, they're made in Las Vegas, Nevada. They do list them as hammer forged, which kind of does make me think that the block was originally made in Bulgaria, but it's the US Arsenal receiver, machined. Has a double stack mag well to take regular mags. Nothing special there. Pretty normal. It does have the lightning cuts on the inside. Either way, these are assembled here, as were all the early Arsenals, at least between like 2003 and 2008. In fact, these receivers, based on the serial number, are actually new old stock from a 2008 production run. The barrel is original Bulgarian, chrome lined, cold hammer forged, and most of the other parts are as well, including the stock mechanism, the bolt group. Looks like the US parts are the trigger group, the pistol grip, the handguard, and technically the receiver. So a total of 6. A mill gun only needs 5, meaning you're actually 1 over what's allowed, so you're good to go there. You can use foreign mags in it, if you even give a crap about 922R. Not saying anything, though. So these are Cerakoted, and the inside of the receiver is Cerakoted as well on both. And it's just something that Arsenal's doing. I think they're using up old parts. I think these are actually probably a lot of the parts that were originally earmarked for that AK-20 that never came to fruition. If you look at it, it had the underfolding stock, the milled receiver, and it used this heavy wall barrel. They probably never did get those fancy gas blocks they were waiting for, so they just redid them this way. You know, it is different, I suppose. Of course, it's Arsenal, so the price tag is pretty high. I think they're wanting like $2,300 for them. But of course, a lot of people will kind of point out, rightfully so, that there are only going to be a handful of these done from the factory with this finish. But then I would counter that, so what? It's just a different finish. But then again, the standard classic, which hasn't been available for a couple of years, sells for the same. So, yeah, it is a unique thing. The whole combination of AK Type 3 and AKM, AK-74 is kind of unique to Arsenal because they've made the whole machined receiver their bag, their game for a long time.
Sam 7 UF.
One more flip. Why not? They also did a version a little while ago called, was it Covert Gray? It was a gray Cerakote. And of course they've done several others in the US assembled lines. And these are often well known for a little bit better fit and finish because they're built by hand versus on an assembly line. I'm not saying it's impossible, but I would be very surprised if one of these had a canted sight. At least canted to the point it would matter. They also are known for having stronger, more durable finish, nicer feeling triggers, and smoother bolt travels. I can tell you that these stocks lock up rock solid. No wiggle wobble in them at all. The whole gun fits tight. There's no play in the top cover at all, not even in the front, where AKs sometimes have it. So it is a tight, nice AK. You can tell that it is well done. Even the muzzle devices are timed quite well. You know, I could talk more about the history, but we've done that in past videos, and you can check those out. I just wanted to show you this, have kind of a low-key, chill video. Why not? It's a thing. It's a well-made AK. So, I'm sure they will do fine. I have several imported Arsenals, and I do have one of their US assembled ones, my SA RPK5, and I do really enjoy it, so there is that. I'd love to know what you think, so drop that in the comments. Hope everyone's year is starting off right and going well. Feel free to talk about that below if you like to. And if you'd like to help support the channel, you can check out the link to our Patreon page. This is Misha. Catch you very soon next time.